Hello everyone and welcome back for the JoJoLands chapter 27, which gives us a bit of everything this month as the fight against Ninbo inflates to an explosive conclusion. Meanwhile, over on the yacht, the lawyer, Key West, finally reveals a stand ability as she decides to betray Howler. And before we get into things, coinciding with the latest chapter is the release of JoJoLands Volume 6, which shows off the part's main cast in a vibrant pink color scheme, with a variation of this composition also featured on the cover of Ultra Jump, which made me realize I really miss seeing Charming Man. Hopefully he breaks the disguise soon. And as per usual, when a new volume is released, that means the previous volume will be released in full digital color, which gives us the official Shueisha color scheme for Howler. Which isn't exactly what I imagined, but at least the vibrant color palettes fit more in with this part in its tropical setting, so I suppose they have a bit more leeway to just go crazy with it, but love it or hate it, it's here to stay. And I'm not too picky about colors, although I thought it would have been fitting for Howler's stand to be the same color as the lava rocks, that dark volcanic ashy gray, as it appears to take influence from Holala and the lava tubes, which are paramount to Howler's character. But who knows, maybe his stand will look totally different when it's fully revealed. Wouldn't be the first time for Araki. So getting into the chapter now, we pick things up right where we left off, seeing a double page spread of all the chaos unfolding, as Ninbo puts Paco up against the ropes, grabbing him by the neck, rapidly causing his skin to inflate, which could lead to a decapitation within seconds. Then we have Usagi holding the two at gunpoint, but can't take the shot because, as we saw earlier, has horrendous aim. In this first page, we also get to see more of a full body design of Ninbo's stand, who's got this sort of balloon parade thing going on, very squishy, as well as alongside Liam Shebane had their stand names confirmed in some extra pages. Ninbo possesses 200 balloons, a print song, and Liam's stand is Lion Eyes, an eagle song, both very fitting names based on their abilities. So back in the action, we see Paco, who, even in the most desperate of situations, maintains his confidence without the slightest hint of wavering. In fact, he mocks Ninbo, telling him, if you're gonna keep yelling as you attack, you might as well yell out the name of your stand. And I love how he mentions this, as it's a very classic JoJo trope and always makes for a hype moment. Case in point, Paco shows him how it's done, yelling out, "Do the hustle," to quickly slip out of Ninbo's grip and shoves his inflating hand into his mouth. And I think what he did here is that he used the hustle to latch onto Ninbo's lips to keep his hand trapped in his mouth. I know this is all sounding very dirty, but it was actually a smart idea, as he's now using Ninbo's own ability against him, which eventually bursts his jaw in half at the price of Paco's 3 fingers. And in one final act of desperation, the mutilated Ninbo lunges for Usagi's gun, yelling, "Give it to me!" unknowingly fulfilling the activation method for Usagi's stand to produce a duplicate gun, which he then gives to Ninbo and misfires, breaking apart and sending a bullet back onto himself, bringing the Ninbo Nation to an end. And a few chapters ago, as soon as Usagi got this gun from Paco, that was the only thing I said I wanted to see from this fight, a Mate Kudasai gun. So I'm satisfied with how this ended, and thought it used all of these stands so naturally in just a handful of pages, one after another, that had a very easy flow to it. So with Ninbo retired, I assume all of his inflations will deactivate and Paco will be able to pick up the fingers he lost and put them on ice, so eventually him and Meryl can get them all reattached. And that's probably something smooth operators would be able to do once we all regroup. And during all of this, remember, Liam is still in the underground bunker with Lulu, and we get just a page of them where Liam hears one gunshot and realizes Ninbo is defeated, and threatens Lulu to reveal everything she knows about their scheme against Howler. So despite losing Ninbo, Liam is still going to push forward and try to come out on top of all of this with Key West, although I don't really see an easy escape here, as her stand isn't exactly powerful physically, and she's outnumbered with Usagi and Paco just upstairs. So maybe she ends up taking Lulu hostage and threatens her life to escape and return to Howler, which would keep Lulu relevant in the story as someone who has the potential to play both sides. The chapter then switches scenes over to the yacht, where we are still waiting for Howler to sign over his land. And when I was reading this, I was honestly feeling a bit fatigued by this whole situation. Feels like for so long now we've just been standing in front of Howler that it's lost most of its tension and nothing is really happening. So thankfully, by the end here, things get shaken up, as Liam and Key West fully decide to conspire against Howler after learning about the lava rock's power. So now Key West has to walk this tightrope of pretending to be Howler's ally while trying to secure the rock for herself. So it's kind of funny that Howler is the only one in the dark here, and everyone but him knows that this isn't the real Yokohama and it's kind of all a bluff. We then see the threatening officials fully breach the yacht and join the party. It turns out these people are the FBI counterterrorism unit, leaving Howler no choice but to cooperate or be arrested, with Key West offering little to no help. I feel like as a lawyer, she could get Howler out of the situation, or at least stall, but I think she's playing dumb for her best interest. And to just get Howler out of the picture, maybe they take him away, separate him from the lava rock. So while Howler is being escorted out, Key West begins to look for an opportunity, and she notices the money within the cases is gravitating towards Jodio, who currently possesses the lava rock. And behind everyone's back, she uses her stand, at least we can assume this is Key West's stand, to attack. And we see this vitamin C-like figure with tons of different hands moving along the shadows of the cases, and is able to reach out and grab onto Jodio's leg, which is right where the chapter leaves off. So just based on this look, it's hard to guess what type of ability it could possess, as it seems to just be trying to physically take the rock or search Jodio. Although, I would be really surprised if this moment escalates into a full fight between everyone. As everyone's so close to each other and we have the FBI involved now, we're all in this small room. So to me, I think Key West is just trying to create some chaos and hopefully find an opportunity to grab the rock unnoticed. I don't even think that Jodio will know that he was attacked by a stand here, as she's using the cover of the cases pretty well. And he could just think that, oh, maybe the lava rock is working too well and it was the cases that hurt him. So as we are escorted off the yacht, I think Key West will continue to attack from the shadows, looking for an opportunity to try to make her stand as inconspicuous as possible. Almost like Wonder of You style of attacks coming in the form of accidents. But it definitely will have a unique ability that I'm curious to see. My current guess would be maybe some Liar Liar influence because lawyer character, and could be a recreation of Talking Head from Golden Wind. So Liam and Key West could be more of a nod to Squalo and Tiziano. But whatever this stand's ability ends up being, I have a feeling it activates upon contact, so right here at the end, this would make Jodio the first victim of its power. So a shorter but still a great chapter this month, the highlight for me had to be that finale of Ninbo's fight, as the more we see from Paco, the more he's becoming just a standout character within the cast. For me so far, it feels like he has the most range, being a confident fighter, loyal, empathetic, great backstory, and now he's taking out enemies with Jotaro levels of aura. I can't help but think that Paco is like my favorite character in the part so far. Those are my thoughts and review of the latest chapter, and if you guys didn't know, over on Patreon, I do live reactions to all of the newest JoJoLands chapters the day they come out, and those videos are completely free to watch. But of course, if you want to support the channel and the content, the option is always there as well. So if you want to watch live reactions along with the reviews, Patreon down below. So thank you all so much for watching the video. Drop a like if you enjoyed, subscribe for more, and I'll talk to you all real soon in a new one. Until then, I am out. Peace.